Part 1.
You will hear a telephone conversation between a customer, Harrison Vance, and a senior venue coordinator, Beatrice, inquiring about booking a historic countryside estate for an international corporate summit. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 10.
Good morning, Oak Ridge Manor and Country Estate. Beatrice speaking. How may I assist you today?
Good morning, Beatrice. My name is Harrison Vance. I'm calling on behalf of Vanguard Tech Solutions. We are currently organizing our annual International Leadership Summit for early autumn, and your estate was highlighted as a top-tier candidate venue by several members of our executive board.
Thank you for reaching out, Mr. Vance. We'd be delighted to host your summit. Let me open a fresh reservation inquiry file on our booking database right now. First, let me double-check the exact spelling of your surname. Is that V-A-N-C-E?
Yes, that is completely correct. Harrison Vance.
Excellent. And could you provide a direct business telephone number and email address for our official correspondence file?
Of course. My direct office line is 07911342881. My business email is h.vance@vanguardtech.com.
Thank you. Now, regarding your intended calendar date, what specific dates are you hoping to reserve for the summit?
Well, our initial planning committee proposed Tuesday, October 6th. However, after consulting our regional directors, we realized that our keynote speakers traveling from Singapore had unavoidable flight and conference scheduling conflicts that entire week. We then considered moving the summit to October 27th, but several executive board members already had regional trade shows scheduled in Manchester. So, after much deliberation, we officially locked in Thursday, October 15th as our final confirmed date.
Let me check our master reservation grid for October 15th. Ah, yes, that date is fully available. What time are your sessions scheduled to run? And how many delegates will be attending in total?
The formal presentations will run from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m., followed by a brief networking reception until 6:30 p.m. When we issued the preliminary registration interest survey last month, roughly 75 delegates expressed interest. However, after consolidating the final official RSVPs yesterday afternoon, our precise headcount is locked in at 58 attendees.
Noted 58 delegates. We can easily accommodate your group in our Grand Heritage Suite. Does your summit program require technical equipment setup, such as projection screens or audio podiums?
Yes. Essential equipment includes dual high-definition projection screens, wireless lapel microphones for our panel discussions, and a central illuminated speech podium.
That is all fully integrated into our standard corporate package. Now, regarding dining options. We offer a seasonal hot buffet or a formal 3-course seated lunch.
Our organizing committee voted unanimously for the seasonal hot buffet. However, we do have specific dietary requirements that must be handled strictly. 5 of our international delegates follow strict vegetarian diets, so dedicated plant-based options must be clearly prepared and labeled across all courses.
You can rest assured on that front, Mr. Vance. Our executive chef regularly caters to diverse dietary needs and will prepare custom vegetarian platters. Now, moving to the financial breakdown. The baseline rate for the Grand Heritage Suite, technical equipment, and hot buffet for 58 guests comes to £3,200. However, because your company is booking during our midweek corporate tier, you qualify for a 10% discount, bringing the final total down to £2,880.
That fits very comfortably within our corporate allocation. What are the formal requirements to finalize the reservation?
To hold the date on our master ledger, we require a non-refundable holding deposit of £500. Standard bookings require final balance clearance 30 days prior. But due to early autumn demand, The absolute deadline for your initial deposit processing is September 20th. You can process payment via bank transfer or credit card on our client portal.
This was the end of Section 1. Now you have some time to check your answers. You will hear a senior operations officer, Mr. Julian Croft, giving a detailed orientation briefing to new staff members and site guides at the Silverwood Botanical Gardens. First, you have some time to look at questions 11 to 15.
Mr. Croft. Good morning, everyone, and a very warm welcome to all our new staff members and seasonal guides joining us here at Silverwood Botanical Gardens. My name is Julian Croft, and I am the Head of Operations. Today, I'll take you through our daily operational schedules, facility layouts, uniform standards, and safety protocols. Let us begin with our daily operating hours and shift expectations. The main gates open to the general public at 9:30 a.m. every morning. However, all staff assigned to morning duty shifts must arrive promptly by 8:45 a.m. This extra time is essential for attending team briefings, receiving radio assignments, and conducting morning pathway checks. Evening duty shifts conclude at 6 p.m., exactly half an hour after the public grounds close at 5:30 p.m. Regarding parking arrangements on site, employee parking is available in Lot B behind the Administrative Glasshouse Complex. To avoid receiving penalty parking notices from municipal traffic enforcement officers, you must display your laminated staff permit clearly on your vehicle's windscreen at all times while parked on the estate. When representing Silverwood to the public, strict uniform standards apply. You will be provided with 2 green polo shirts and an official magnetic name badge today. Staff must wear dark grey or black heavy-duty work boots. Blue denim jeans, canvas shoes and open sandals are strictly prohibited across all garden zones for professional presentation and safety reasons. Furthermore, we host mandatory health and safety training modules on the first Monday of every month. These sessions cover chemical fertilizer handling, plant allergen safety, and emergency first aid response. Attendance is compulsory for all new staff throughout their initial 4 months of employment. Finally, regarding staff break amenities, all employees have full access to the employee lounge located inside the East Administrative Wing. The lounge is fully equipped with a refrigerator, microwave, complimentary hot drinks, and individual lockable lockers for securing your coats and personal valuables during shifts. Mr. Croft, now let me familiarize you with the key attraction zones across our estate so you can confidently direct visitors and assist lost tour groups. First, the Tropical Glasshouse. Located right next to the central entrance plaza, this multi-tiered climate-controlled dome houses exotic rainforest flora, rare tropical orchids, and a dramatic indoor waterfall display. Next is the Alpine Rockery. Situated along the steep western hillside, this open-air garden showcases high-altitude mountain flora, terraced stone pathways, and specialized alpine rock beds designed to withstand harsh weather. For visitors traveling with young children, direct them to the Children's Eco Pavilion. Located in the Southern Gardens, this dynamic interactive facility offers sensory herb garden beds, worm composting displays, and hands-on seed planting workshops led by our education staff. If visitors are looking for historical botany reference materials, the library archive on the upper floor of the main manor house contains thousands of rare botanical prints, historical seed ledgers, and ancient gardening manuscripts available for quiet public consultation. Finally, located in the secluded northern corner of the estate, sits the Japanese garden. This peaceful sanctuary features traditional wooden bridges, koi-carp ponds, and authentic bamboo water features, making it one of our most popular photo locations.
This was the end of the Section 2. Now you have some time to check your answers.
Section 3.
You will hear two postgraduate students, Nadia and Liam, discussing their joint research dissertation on coastal mangrove ecosystems with their university academic advisor, Dr. Helena Ross. First, you have some time to look at questions 21 to 30.
Good afternoon, Nadia, Liam. Please come in and take a seat. Let's review your progress report and research framework for your joint master's dissertation on coastal wetland restoration. How is your methodology shaping up?
Good afternoon, Dr. Ross. We've fully finalized our primary research parameters. Our core objective is measuring how mangrove root density protects low-lying coastal shorelines from severe erosion during tropical storm events.
That's right. Initially, we plan to focus purely on calculating economic losses within commercial fisheries resulting from mangrove habitat destruction. However, during our initial supervisory meeting, you rightly pointed out that investigating shoreline protection metrics would yield a much more valuable environmental dissertation.
I'm glad you took that advice. Now, what technical difficulties have you encountered during your field data collection phase?
Our biggest obstacle was accurately measuring soil organic carbon density across submerged mudflats. Standard manual soil core samplers kept getting clogged in deep silt, causing severe sample contamination.
Fortunately, Dr. Evans from the Marine Geology Department granted us access to specialized core extraction equipment. It utilizes pneumatic pressure to extract undisturbed soil core samples without altering delicate carbon layers.
Excellent initiative. What about your scheduled aerial mapping surveys over the Outer Bay? Were you able to complete those?
That was quite frustrating. High wind speeds and sudden coastal rain showers repeatedly forced us to ground our survey drone, causing major schedule delays.
But we managed to pivot smoothly. Instead of waiting for weather windows, we sourced historical satellite radar data from the National Coastal Authority, which provided verified high-resolution canopy height mapping over a 10-year timeline.
What is your official deadline for submitting your completed preliminary draft to the faculty system?
The final bound thesis is due in late February, but our complete initial draft must be submitted directly to you by November 22nd for peer evaluation.
Now, let's delegate specific analytical and writing tasks between both of you for the upcoming thesis drafting phase to ensure an equitable division of work.
I would like to take full responsibility for processing the soil carbon core data and building our statistical regression models. I feel very confident working with statistical modeling software.
That works out great. In that case, I will take charge of writing the literature review chapter, specifically synthesizing recent research papers on mangrove root hydrodynamic drag.
Good plan. What about evaluating local coastal management policy and community conservation initiatives?
I can handle the policy evaluation section. I've already conducted structured interviews with 2 regional coastal management officers and transcribed the recordings.
Perfect. That leaves developing our remote sensing visual graphics. I'll map out the spatial distribution of canopy loss over the past decade using spatial software.
Excellent division of labor. Finally, who will manage compiling the master bibliography and citation formatting?
Liam and I agreed to review and compile the bibliography together during our final editing sessions to guarantee complete compliance with university citation guidelines.
This was the end of the Section 3. Now, you have some time to check your answers. You will hear a university lecture on the evolution of urban micromobility systems delivered by Professor Marcus Sterling. First, you have some time to look at questions 31 to 40.
Good morning, students. In today's urban planning lecture, we will explore the evolution, rapid expansion, and infrastructural challenges surrounding urban micromobility systems, specifically dockless e-bikes and electric kick scooters in modern smart cities. Micromobility refers to lightweight, low-speed, human or electric-powered vehicles designed for single occupants traveling short urban distances. Over the past decade, urban centers worldwide have seen exponential growth in micromobility adoption. Global transportation data indicates that over 60% of all urban automobile journeys cover distances of less than 5 kilometers. Micromobility systems directly address this last-mile transit challenge, helping reduce vehicular traffic congestion and lower carbon emissions in dense city centers. The evolution of modern micromobility occurred across distinct technical phases. First-generation schemes relied on stationary docked bicycles requiring physical credit card transactions at heavy terminal stations. Modern fourth-generation networks utilize dockless fleets integrated with smartphone applications, real-time GPS tracking, and cellular IoT connectivity. Despite their clear environmental benefits, rapid integration has created significant municipal challenges. Urban planners face two primary hurdles: sidewalk clutter and rider safety. The unregulated parking of dockless scooters on public footpaths presents major accessibility hazards for visually impaired residents and wheelchair users. To counter these safety issues, modern city administrations are deploying geofencing technology. By establishing virtual GPS boundaries across city maps, authorities can automatically cap vehicle speeds in pedestrianized zones down to 8 km per hour or restrict users from ending their rides outside designated parking bays. Furthermore, major advancements in battery technology have transformed fleet maintenance. Early micromobility operations required diesel vans to collect entire vehicle fleets nightly for centralized charging, generating substantial operational carbon footprints. Today, fleet operators utilize swappable lithium batteries. Field technicians travel on cargo bicycles to replace depleted batteries on site, reducing operational vehicle travel by nearly 70%. Looking ahead, urban planners emphasize that micromobility success requires dedicated physical infrastructure. Cities that invest in protected, segregated cycle lanes experience a 45% reduction in rider collision rates compared to cities relying solely on shared road lanes. Ultimately, micromobility forms an essential pillar of future smart city planning.
This was the end of the Section 4. Now you have some time to check your answers.